In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the headlight assembly on your Nissan Armada. Located in front of the vehicle, let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to go ahead and remove the lug nuts. Remove the tire. Moving over to the front of the vehicle, right in front of the bumper, underneath, we're going to see three 10mm bolts. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and remove them. Next up, we have to remove these three T20 bolts around the whole outside of the fender. Using a T20 socket, go ahead and remove those. Moving to the top of the wheel arc, we're gonna go ahead and remove this clip. Using a little pry tool, go ahead and take it out. Now we can go ahead and peel this back up to this line right here. So go ahead and grab onto the front. Slide it out. Work your way around it. Now we can go ahead and bend these over. And just move it over to the other side of the brakes so we can get better access to this side of the bumper. Now we have access to the inner part of the bumper. Using a flathead screwdriver, we're gonna locate these four clips. Using the screwdriver, we're gonna go ahead and push each one of those inwards. And at the same time, we're gonna pull on this plastic trim out. So you're gonna go ahead and do that. Repeat that process on all four of these clips. And do the same on this one. Now we can go ahead and move these out a little bit. Just like that. Now we're gonna go ahead and use a 10mm socket to remove this 10mm bolt. Now we're gonna repeat the same process on the other side of the vehicle. Moving over to the front of the vehicle, we're gonna have four 13mm bolts that we're gonna be removing next. Using a 13mm socket, go ahead and take those out. Next up, we're gonna be removing this upper cover. For that, I'm gonna be using a trim tool. Go ahead and remove these clips. Now grab onto the cover and slide it out. You want to be pulling towards the back of the vehicle. Now that we have the clips off from the top, we're going to go ahead and start pulling on the side and work our way around the grill. We're going to start in this corner. And now we're going to do the same on the other side. Now we're going to go ahead and reach inside the grill through the top hole. And we're gonna be squeezing on the tabs that are located underneath. Now we're gonna go ahead and squeeze on these tabs. They should be all over the front of the grill. And as you do that, you're gonna go ahead and pull out. Now we can go ahead and grab our grill and pull it out. Now that you have more space, we can go ahead and disconnect our camera. Simply grab onto the connector, squeeze it, and take it off. We have one more clip on this side. Let's go ahead and squeeze on it. And now we're able to remove the grill. With the front grill out of the way, we're now gonna be able to remove these 4 clips on this side. Using a small pry tool, go ahead and take those clips off. We're gonna repeat that process across the front. Using the same tool, we're gonna remove these other 4 clips. Now that we have all the front clips off, we can go ahead and pull on the side of the bumper. Go ahead and move these out of the way. Go ahead and pull on the side of the bumper. And we're gonna be repeating the same process on the opposite side of the vehicle. After prying on both corners of the bumper, now we should be able to grab it and pull it up. Something like that. Now we're gonna have a couple connectors that we're gonna have to unplug. Now we're gonna have this connector on this side. We're gonna go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver to help us pull it out. It's gonna have a plastic tab. Using the screwdriver, go ahead and push in, and I'll pull the connector out. Just like that. And right next to that connector that we just unplugged is gonna be the fog light. Go ahead and do the same. Just like that. We're gonna have another connector like this on the fog light for the other side. Do the same on that one. Now grab onto the bumper and pull it away from the vehicle. To remove the headlight assembly, we're gonna go ahead and peel this back. Go ahead and grab it, simply move it back. And now we're gonna have a 10mm bolt and a plastic clip. Using a small pry tool, go ahead and take out the plastic clip. And now using a 10mm socket, remove the 10mm bolt. Next up, we need to remove this 10mm bolt on this side. Using a 10mm socket and a stanchion, go ahead and take it out. Moving to the side of the headlight assembly, we're gonna have another 10mm bolt on the side. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and take that out. Now that we have those bolts out, we're gonna go ahead and grab on the assembly and we're gonna pull away from the vehicle. Just like that. Now we can go ahead and take the connectors off. We're gonna have 3 connectors that we need to disconnect. We're gonna start with this one. Put some pressure on the connector and pull it out. We're gonna do the same with the high beam bulb. And now we have this big connector. Go ahead and take it off. Go ahead and pull some pressure on the connector and pull it out. And here's the assembly. Now we can go ahead and plug in our replacement headlight. We're gonna start with the big connector. Go ahead and plug it in. Make sure that it is all the way. Just give it a light tug to make sure that it's nice and secure. Next up, we're gonna connect our high beam light bulb. And now we're gonna connect this one. Give it a light wiggle. And now we're ready to put it in. We're gonna go ahead and slide it in the same way the old one came out. Lined up the holes. Slide it in all the way. And now we can go ahead and start putting the bolts in. Go ahead and install this 10mm bolt. Go ahead and start it by hand. Go ahead and get it snug. Do not over tighten these, that's going onto plastic. We can now go ahead and peel these back. Reinstall the plastic clip. And now we can install the 10mm bolt. Go ahead and start it by hand, and now get it snug. To install this back, we're gonna pay attention to this little hook. We're gonna go ahead and put it under this little clip right here. So go ahead and slide it in. And now that it's nice and secure. Now we can go ahead and install this 10mm bolt. What I like to do, I like to put it onto the socket since it's hard to reach. You wanna go ahead and start it by hand. And now get it snug. Like I mentioned previously, do not over tighten any of these. If you are replacing both of the headlights assemblies, you will repeat the same process on the opposite side of the vehicle. Now that we have the headlights installed, we can now proceed and install the bumper. Now we can go ahead and install the bumper. Bring it closer to the vehicle. And now we're gonna go ahead and connect these two plugs on the side of the bumper. Now we can go ahead and plug this in. Make sure it's nice and secure. And now we can go ahead and plug in our fog light. Repeat the same process for the fog light on the opposite side of the bumper. Go ahead and slide the bumper in. Make sure you're lining it up. Keep an eye on each side of the bumper so it doesn't get caught. Make sure you push it in all the way. And now we can go ahead and install all the plastic clips that go on the front. Line up the holes and install the clips. Do the same on this side. Now we can go ahead and install the grille. We're gonna start by lining up the bottom. You want to make sure that all the clips lined up and then push it in. Just like that. Now we're gonna reach through the top hole and plug in our camera. Make sure you clip it in place and just give it a light wiggle to make sure that it is secure. Now we can install the upper radiator cover. You're gonna go ahead and put it on top, and now you're gonna grab onto these plastic pieces and you're gonna feed it through. We're gonna repeat the process on the other side. It should look like this. Now we can go ahead and install the clips. Starting over here. Make sure the holes lined up and push them in. We're gonna repeat that process throughout the whole top. Now we can go ahead and clip this side of the bumper. Make sure it's nice and straight. And now we can do the molding. We're gonna be repeating the same process on the other side of the bumper. Now we can go ahead and install the 4 bolts that go on the front. In our case, 1 snapped, so we're only gonna be putting 3. If you have all 4, go ahead and put them on now. Now we can go ahead and get them snug. Now we can go ahead and fold back our wheel arch. Now we can go ahead and install the 10mm bolt that goes over here. Just peel back a little bit. Start it by hand. Go ahead and get it snug. Do not over tighten this. Now we can go ahead and get this part inside of the trim. just like that. Now we can go ahead and install the 3 bolts that go around the arch, starting at the bottom. Start it by hand and get it snug. Do the same on the next one. And now this one. Now we can go ahead and install the clip that goes right here. Line up the hole and push it in. And lock it in. Now we can go ahead and install the 3 bolts that go right in the front. Go ahead and line up the holes and start the bolts by hand. Now go ahead and get them snug. You'll now repeat this process on the other side of the vehicle. Install the tire. Install the lug nuts by hand. And now go ahead and snug them up in a star-shaped pattern. With the vehicle on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and torque the lug nuts to 98 foot-pounds in a star pattern.
Now let's get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure that all 4 tires are set to the appropriate vehicle manufacturer specified pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Then transfer that height measurement to the wall, marking it with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, marking that with another piece of tape. On the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turn the headlights on. It is easiest to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster, and in most cases using a Phillips head screwdriver, you can turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight beam up or down. Once one headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for this one. With the second one adjusted, your headlights are now aimed correctly and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.